Welcome everybody, my name is Ning, and in this video I'm going to review Jason Capital's best-selling program, Make Women Want You. I'm going to tell you whether I liked it or what I liked about it, what I didn't like about it, and at the end I'll recommend for you if I think the program is good for you, whether you should buy it or not. Now if you're watching this, you probably just got started in something like pickup, or maybe you're trying to learn how to get better with women in general. Now, if this is true, then I'm going to let you know that I know exactly what it feels like at that specific moment because I've been exactly where you are. I know how exciting it is when you figure out that, oh yes, getting better with women is something that is within my control. I know how exciting that feels. But I also know how daunting it is because of how many bullshit dating products that are out there, and there are a lot, okay? So I'm gonna help you by letting you know what I think of this whole program. Now, before I tell you about Make Women Want You and Jason Capital, I wanna tell you a little bit about me and why you should care what I have to say about it. So my whole journey started off with a girl, as most stories start, right? So I was in love with this girl. We dated for about 5 years and I was absolutely in love with her. I thought I was gonna marry her. I moved to a different city for her, and it ended up being that she was cheating on me and had lied to me for about 8 months about it. And that absolutely, oh, boom, crushed me. It crushed me, it drove me into a deep depression, and it made me even a little bit suicidal about it. And I was eventually able to dig myself up out of that. I read the book, The Game by Neil Strauss. I don't know if you've read it. It's like a New York Times bestseller, and it's one of the first books that usually gets guys into this whole dating industry. So after I read that, I thought to myself, holy cow, this is really weird and really crazy. Afterwards, however, I started getting obsessed with this whole thing. I started watching all the videos, reading all the books, getting all the programs, just stuffing my brain with as much knowledge about dating and getting better with women and psychology and social influence as much as I could. I read stuff from Real Social Dynamics, Simple Pickup, Squat and Casanova on YouTube, Adam Lyons. All of these dudes, I just swallowed all of their material, and eventually, even after, so what most guys do is they read all the material and they do nothing about it. And that was me for like a month or so, and finally I was able to overcome that hurdle of actually getting out there and practicing. And once I did, I started going like an animal. I started going, I went out for like 7 nights a week, approached 20 girls a night, just like boom, 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 a lot of work. Enough work that pretty much 99% of the population don't understand what that's like. And I did this for like 6 months or so, approached and talked to and flirted with probably over 600 girls. At the end of this, however, I wasn't exactly getting the results that I actually wanted. I wasn't dating or sleeping with the girls of the quality that I actually really wanted. So I started looking around a little bit more, and what I noticed is the first time I saw Jason Capital was on Adam Lyons' YouTube channel. So I saw Adam Lyons interview Jason Capital, and what Adam said, this guy's legit, this guy's the real deal. He really knows all about psychology, all about how to get women, and he's a great teacher. So Adam gave him a lot of props, and that made me stand up and say, oh, that's interesting, because I know that Adam Lyons is legit. And so I went over to Jason Capital's, I just got a text. I went over to Jason Capital's YouTube channel and I checked out some of his videos, and it was interesting, it was entertaining, but I wasn't quite hooked like right away. A little while later, I invested in one of his programs. So I had a particularly bad night out, which everyone does, right? And I went over to Jason Capital's site and I ended up downloading, or I invested in a couple of his programs. So I looked into Make Women Want You, 77 Ways, and Social God, and Status. So those were the programs I really invested and put a lot of time into. And I spent maybe about 2 weeks really downloading all of that information into my brain, like a zip drive, right? And after that, everything, boom, it was like that. Everything changed. Now, I'm not gonna go and tell you that Make Women Want You was this perfect program that suddenly made all the women flock to me, because I don't think it was a perfect program, and I'm gonna tell you why I think that in just a bit. But first, let me tell you a little bit about Jason. Now, I'm not gonna tell you about how Jason is like widely regarded as the #1 dating coach in the world, or that he's been featured on like the San Francisco Chronicle, the Ask Women podcast, TSB Mag, or any number of other programs. I'm not going to tell you about like the legions, the hundreds of thousands of guys that he has following him around. I'm not going to tell you all about that because I want to tell you what I think, from my perspective. The thing I want to first talk about is how unique Jason's teaching style is. The first thing you'll probably notice about him is, first of all, how much he swears. Also, how blunt he is. He's very blunt, he's very open and honest, and he says things like they are, even if they're going to offend or hurt people's feelings. And the reason he does that is he's not trying to like offend people, but he's really all about, one of his principles is just about speaking the truth, okay? Speaking the truth and not letting what other people think or what other people might expect from you affect that. He's not interested in getting people to like him or getting people to accept him or whatever. He's really only interested in one thing, and that's getting guys results. Like a lot of dating coaches out there are really only interested in one thing, and that's your money. And that's really not Jason. Like, if you've ever read any of his email newsletters, looking back on it now, like, I'm like a lot further than I was, and I can tell that he uses a lot of psychological influence principles to not like make money off you, but to actually help you without you even knowing it. A lot of these guys reading the newsletters don't even realize that just reading the newsletters are getting them better with women, and Jason's not even doing that. It's not even directly making him money. He's doing that because he cares about guys. Because he actually truly cares about getting guys good. The thing I probably like about him the most is his ability to take very complicated spider-webby psychological principles and break them down to just a simple line for you to understand. He makes them very simple, very clear, and very direct. That being said, he's not really for everybody. He's very blunt and honest again, so if you're somebody that gets that's sensitive or gets their egos hurt really easily, you probably don't want to invest in any of his programs because he's going to be blunt and honest with you. Okay, that being said, let's talk a little bit about Make Women Want You. So the reason this product is actually different from most of the dating products that I've read, and I've read a lot just to let you know, is because a lot of the other programs out there teach you how to chase women, whereas this product teaches how to make women chase you. The first thing it really does is the first chapter reverses a lot of the negative beliefs that guys have, that probably like 95 to 99% of the population has about how to woo women, how to go about dancing in this flirting game of ours. And after I read the first chapter, I really started to understand a lot of the things that I was doing wrong in the past, that was kind of messing things up, that was not getting me the results that I wanted. The book then goes into the 3 different phases of how to make a girl want you, including the attraction phase, the comfort phase. So the attraction phase is where you spark that attraction in her. The comfort phase, which Jason Capital actually calls the high value small talk, which a lot of other dating coaches call the comfort phase. So that's where you actually like talk with a girl, get to know her, get to know things about her, qualify her, she gets to know you, all that good stuff. And then the escalation phase is the last phase, where you start taking things up a notch physically and physically. And the only thing I really don't like about the book is that it doesn't have really clear, although it does give you a lot of techniques that are very good, they're proven to work, he doesn't give you very clear action steps for you to go out there and use the techniques. And you know, that's understandable because I think this is the first dating product that he's ever written. So all the products that he comes out with nowadays are a lot better, they're a lot sharper, so it makes sense. Everyone, you know, their first product is probably not as sharp as their recent product, so that makes sense. Okay, in one word, yes, okay. If you've been in the game, you know, for a while, if you've been working on yourself, on personal development for a while, you might want to invest in something that's a little bit higher level, like 77 Ways, Social God, or Status are the ones that I recommend. However, if you're just starting out, okay, those are a little bit too advanced, and this program, Make Women Want You, is probably going to be the best program out there for you to get started. It's miles better than the flagship products of all the other dating coaches out there, I can say that. The only thing is, it's a little bit on the expensive side, and that's really a product of him being the #1 dating coach in the world. And when you get that famous, you can leverage those prices, so he does. You know, when you want to get the best product out there, you kind of have to pay for it. A lot of guys will be scared off by the price, and that makes sense. That's fine. That a lot of guys out there will be scared off by the price, and that's fine. That makes sense. If you're one of the guys that can't afford it, or if you're a guy that's willing to do whatever it takes to get good with women, then this is definitely the best place to start. I know that in my journey, Jason's been probably the most influential mentor, the coach that's helped me get the most results, and I know that I wouldn't be anywhere near where I am today if it wasn't for him. So if you want to check the program out, I'll left the link in the description box below for you to click on. It'll take you straight over to the product so you can check it out for yourself. If you like this review and you want free dating advice and tips from me, you can subscribe to the channel, check out my other videos, whatever you want, and I've also got a lot of free products that you can click on, including my Facebook page that you can go to. Okay? Alright buddy, I'll see you in another video. Adios.